In my previous video, I discussed how to find out the basic feasible solution by BAM method. Now I am going to discuss the MODI method for optimization of the same problem. That's why if you like to understand how this basic feasible solution has been prepared, you have to see the previous video. Okay, now I am going to start from this basic feasible solution, okay, of the original problem. First of all, this is actually MODI method. First of all, what you have to do? First, you have to check the total number of allocations. The total, I'm erasing this part, it is not required now. This is not required. This is the basic feasible solutions. Now, and this allocation has already been made, that's why it is not required for application of the MODI method. MODI means modified distribution method. Just from this stage, you have to find out the optimum solution. How we do it? Okay. Okay, it's better to use. So actually, this is the second step. The first step is to find out the basic feasible solution, and this is optimization by MODI method. Now, how we proceed? First, you have to check the total number of allocations. This is the allocations. The total number of allocations must be m plus n minus 1. M plus n minus 1 means m is equal to the number of rows. This is number of rows, and n is equal to number of columns, That means in this case, m is equal to how many number of rows? 1 and 2 and 3. This is 3. And number of columns? 1, 2, 3. That is this. Total number of allocations must be 3 plus 3 minus 1. That is 5. 5 allocations are required. 5 allocations are required to proceed or to apply MODI. If the matrix size is 4 by 4, then the value of n will be 4. The value of n will be a4 in this way. Okay, but in this case, how many allocations are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is less than 5. It is not 5. That means we have to, for proceeding for a MODI, the number of allocations in this case must be 5, but the number of allocations is less than 5. This is a case of degeneracy. Then how will you proceed? To apply MODI, the number of allocations must be at least m plus n minus 1, that is 5. That's why you have to put artificially 1 allocations here. How we put that we discussed. Suppose I am putting these artificial allocations here, epsilon. What is this? For mathematical purpose, you have to put these allocations. If epsilon is the quantity, this is quantity 200, this is 300, it is very, very small amount, insignificant amount. Suppose it is say 200 kg, then the value of epsilon is a microgram, not even milligram, microgram means 10 to the power minus 6 gram, which has no ultimate effect on cost. This is simply for application of the mathematical process. Artificially, this variable has to bring here, otherwise you can't proceed. I think it is clear. That means epsilon is very small quantity in comparison to others allocated value. Okay. Now you will say, sir, why you have put here? Why you have not put here this variable amount? Why you have not put here, or why you have not put here? The rule is you have to put this epsilon or insignificant, say very low quantity, in such a way so that no square should be formed by the basic allocations. How square means? Suppose if you put here, suppose it is no, then it will fall. No, it is still there is no square. If you put here, it is not allowed. You cannot put here because this is a square. It is not allowed. You cannot put this epsilon in such a way so that a square is formed. If you put here, then it will form a square. It is not allowed. In no other places to form the square. That means you can put here, you can put here. If you put here, there is no square. Again, if you put here, there is no square. So in this way you can put here, in this way. But I have taken this place. I will show you also if I put that value other than this place, then what will happen, that I will show later on. So what I have done here, just to apply the model, you have first to check whether the total number of allocations is m plus n minus 1, where m is the number of rows, n is the number of columns, and 1 minus 1. In this case, row is 3 and column is 4. That's why 3 plus 3 minus 1, 5 allocations are required. But the allocations are only 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why 1 allocations artificially we have put here, the value of which is very negligible quantity, so that it is mathematically, it has practically no effect on cost and quantity also. You can say, sir, if you add epsilon, then the total capacity, it was 300, but it will be 300. It will be 300 plus epsilon. It is not same. But epsilon, the concept is so low that it has no effect. It is 300. This is the concept. In this way, if you add in this way vertically also, here the total quantity was, how much the total quantity was? 500. Then it will be, sir, 500 plus epsilon. No, the epsilon is, assumption is like that. The epsilon is so low quantity, the ultimate total value is 500. Okay, now I'm going to proceed the next step. Now what you will do, I'm not writing the detail here, it is not possible, then it will be unnecessarily lengthy and it will take a lot of space. Just I'm telling you slowly, and I have done in other videos also. If you have any confusion, you can check from there also. So what you will do, you distribute the cost of the basic cells. These are the cells where basic allocations are there, and the cost of their cells are to be divided into two components, U and V. That is called dual components. And the process is just I am doing, and you see how I have done it. It will be helpful for you. Where the allocations is more, in that against that place you put 0, then it will be helpful for you, and it will take lesser time. And just I am doing, then again I will explain it what I have done. 0, and this is 18, and in this case basics with the help of basic cells written. The concept, you have to divide this cost, the basic cell cost into two components, UI and VJ. UI and VJ. This is U2 and this is U3. Now this is blank. How I will compute that I will show you. So if you add these two, then you will get this component. That means this cost is divided into two parts, U and V. Okay, this cost is divided into parts, U and V. As this is 0, that's why if you add any quantity, the amount, it will automatically 25. That's why it is easy for you. 25 plus 0 is equal to 25 plus 0, 25. 18 plus 0. Actually, now what will be the amount here? So you have to, with the help of these basic cells, you have to calculate this. 15 minus 18. 15 minus 18 means minus 3. I will show you 15 minus 18. You will do in this way. Now see, if you add this 18 minus 3, you will get this. The concept is you have to divide the basic cell cost into two components, U and V. That is a row variable and column variable, so that the total amount will be this cost. You have to divide this. Similarly, what will be this amount, sir? With the help of basic cell is here. You cannot use this cell. You cannot use this. With the help of this cell, you have to calculate this. So 17 is there and 25. Row and column you have to add 17 minus 25. 17 minus 25. How much it is? Minus 8. That's why it is minus 8. If you add this row and column, then you will get 17. This cost is divided into two parts. That is, this is called V1, V2 and V3. I am not going to discuss the theoretical part of this. Sir, why you are doing this? I am not doing this in exam. You have to solve this. How you solve this, that I am going to show here. Okay, theoretical part I am not going to discuss. I am repeating for your purpose how I have done. Again I am doing, just raising it, and just I am repeating this process to make it understanding for you, easily understanding. What I have done, again I am repeating. As I have practiced, it is easy for me, but you can do also very fast after some practice. What I have done, where the maximum number of allocations, against that I have put 0. It will be easy for me. I am not putting 0 here. I am not putting 0 here. you can do that also, but it will take a lot of slightly higher exercises, but it will be easy. As it is 0, straight away I put it 0, 18 and 25. I've got all this very easily. Why? So with the help of 0, if you add 0 to any other value, you will get that value. That's why 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 18 is 18, and 0 plus 25 is 25. That's why this is U1, this is U2, and this is U3. Okay. Now you have to find out this value and this value. This value and this. How you find out? With the help of basic cells. You cannot use this cell cost. You cannot use this cost. You cannot basic cell cost. With the help of the basic cell cost, you have to find out this value, because the basic cell cost is divided into two parts, U and B. First I am finding out this 17 minus 25. 17 minus 25 is minus 8. In this way you write it. Because now you can check, if you add this, you will get 17. You have divided this two. What this? 15 minus 18. With the help of this, minus 18 means minus 3. Minus, you can check, if you add this, and you will get this. This part is over. This is V1, V2, and V3. So this is conducted dual complement. You have to divide the basic cell cost into two dual variables, row variables and column variables. Row variables are identified by UI. You can say all these are UI, and the column variables are indicated by V. This part is over, and after this, what you will do, I am just discussing the procedure, how we will solve a transportation problem by application of MODI. After doing this step, what you will do, you just put circle where non-basic cells. These are the basic cells. Where the basic allocations are there, that is basic cells, and these are the non-basic cells. This is also non-basic cells. You put circle. Is it clear? Now in the circle, you put UI plus Vj. UI plus Vj, the total of dual variables you put on the circle. In the circle, I think it is clear. Now I will write here, this is the minus 8 plus 18, row variable and column variable, UI plus Vj. What this cell UI means U2, or Vj means V2. So what will be the value? The 18 minus 8, that is 10. In this way you write, and actually in this UI plus Vj, UI means first row, that is U1 plus Vj means, which column is this? First column, that is V1. You have to put the value U1 plus V1 here. The U1 is 25, V1 is minus 3, that is 22. That is 22. It is clear? Now for this sorting, how much you will put? The row U3. Row U, this is the row variable U3 plus, what is the value of J? Vj. Vj means V1. V1. So V1 is minus 3, and U3, where is the U3? This is 0. That means row and column, this is 2, that is minus 3. I think you have completed. This is another third. So this UI plus Vj means V2 plus U3. So minus 8 plus 0. Minus 8 plus 0 means minus 8. Minus 8 plus 0. In this way, you have to complete all the circles. And the last stage, the last step is the same table I am going to show you. You can do it in separate tables. You can also do in a single table by writing different colors and symbols. In professional books, you can see it. It is allowed. No problem. You have to write the detail what I am discussing here. So, what is the date effect? You put a triangle on the circles box. That means on this non-basic cell. This is the non-basic cells. What is the cost effect for that? I am showing this triangle. So, what value will write? Is there any non-basic cells? No. Triangle means triangles. Within the triangle, we have to write Cij minus Ui plus Vj. This is the value inside the triangle. And if all these greater than is equal to 0, then you have reached to the optimum. Then you have reached to optimum. बेस्ट पर पहुंच गया है. ठीक है, have to reach the optimum. So what is Cij? Cij means this C11, C12. This is the cost. So like that. So first I'm going to start from this place. Cij is this, and ui plus vj, Cij minus ui by vj. Ui plus vj is written inside the circle, and Cij minus ui by vj, that is Cij is this minus this, 25 minus 22, that is plus 3. I think it is clear. For this is Cij minus, Cij means 3 2, sorry, 2 by 2, C22, C22 minus ui plus vj. So this minus this, that is 0. For this 0, for this what will be this? 0 minus minus of 3. Okay, Cij minus 0 minus of ui plus vj. And what will be? This is plus 3. And what will be this? 0 minus 8. 0 minus of minus 8 is plus 8. Now you see all the values inside the triangles are greater than or 0. This is greater than 0, this is 0, this is greater than 0. That means you have reached to the optimum. You need not to do anything more. You have reached to the optimum. This is the solution. That means what you have calculated by BAM method, the basic feasible solution, that itself is the optimum. This has been tested by MODI method. If suppose this value comes to suppose this is 11, suppose not that, then you have to move further. Then that means in this place, if you bring the quantities for shifting, it will be advantage for reduction of cost. But in this case it is 0. That's why it is optimum, that is best. So what will be your answer? Your answer, the allocations will be, if you write the allocations, so this is the allocations. Where is your allocation? This is the allocations. That is what will be your answer. Your answer will be, suppose this is the variables for decision. This is 1 and 2. That means x 1 2 is equal to 300, and you will not consider epsilon, as epsilon is very negligible quantity. It is your out of calculations. I have already mentioned, if this is kg, so this is microgram, which has no cost virtually. That's why we are not considering it. Another solution is this. This is second row, first column. That is x21 is equal to 300. This is the solution. That means 2 number sources up to source, first destination point. You have to shift 300 units. And what is the decision variables? x2, 3 is equal to 200. Okay, and this is x33 is equal to 300. And what will be the total cost? The total cost will be same, which I have already shown you earlier in my previous problem. If you want to know, I can again show it. That means total cost is equal to, total cost will be rupees 13,317, 300, again I am writing 317 plus 350, 300 into 15 plus 300 into 15 plus 200 into 18, 200 into 18, 200 into 18 plus 300 into 0, plus 300 into 0. We are not considering this as it is very negligible quantity. It will have no impact. The total cost will be rupees 13,200. This will be the minimum cost for transportation, and these are the decision variables from which source, which destination, how much quantity you have to shift. It can be easily shown. If you put epsilon here, then you can check it. Automatically the position will change, like in such a way that the solution remains same. You can check it in that way also, but only in that case the allocations of the value of u and v will be changed, nothing else. So I am not going to show it again. It will obviously take time, and for more elaborate knowledge, if the resultant value comes to negative, then how we proceed. I will mention the link to the description box. You can check that problem, by which you can easily understand what you will do in elaborately. That is done in that video. For that reason, I am not going to discuss that part. The solution of this problem is over. Thank you. If you have any problem, you please mention to the comment box, and definitely I will give the reply at the earliest possible. And if you like this video, then definitely, it is my expectation that we put a like also. Thank you.